Good afternoon to family and friends of today's graduates. Welcome to Texas A&M University Commerce and commencement exercises for the Graduate School. Now, will you please rise for the academic procession?
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Nichelle Bonds, and I have the privilege of serving as Vice President for Enrollment Management at Texas A&M University Commerce. It is my pleasure on behalf of President Mark Rudin, the students, faculty, staff, alumni, and the Texas A&M University system to welcome each of you to this commencement ceremony. I extend an especially warm welcome to the families and friends of our graduates attending this important event, as well as those from around the world watching on our webcast. Please remain standing and join Dr. Randall Hooper, Professor of Music and Director of Choirs and Vocal Activities, as he leads us in the singing of the Alma Mater, of the national anthem. Excuse me.
Please join me in singing the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. You may be seated. The ceremonial mace you see on the platform is a gift from the faculty presented to the university on the occasion of its centennial in 1989. The mace is used in academic processions to represent the high esteem we attach to our founding values expressed by Professor Mayo more than a century ago: ceaseless industry, fearless investigation, unfettered thought, and unselfish service to others. I would like to thank Dr. Stevens, Associate Professor, and a member of the Faculty Senate for bearing the mace. Now I ask Ms. Amanda Lowe, Director of Alumni Engagement, to the podium to bring greetings from the Texas A&M University Commerce Alumni Association.
Thank you, Nichelle. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty, alumni, proud parents and family members, and most importantly, the exceptional graduating class of Texas A&M University Commerce. As the Alumni Director and fellow TAMUC graduate, it is an honor to stand before you today celebrating this momentous occasion, the summer commencement of 2024. This ceremony does not mark an ending, but a remarkable beginning and lifelong connection with our Lion family. Our alma mater will always be here, a committed source of support and guidance as you navigate the path ahead. Texas A&M University Commerce is not just a place you graduate from, it's a home you carry within you. Today, the Texas A&M University Commerce Alumni Association gives you a free year of membership in our association. Many benefits come with this membership, and we hope that you will utilize them this year, especially coming out to enjoy our upcoming Lion tailgates. You are now part of our rich tapestry of Lion alumni, individuals who have walked these paths, forged their own journeys, and made a profound impact on the world. As you embark on this new phase of your life, stay connected with our Lion family, as you are now a Lion for life. The relationships formed here, the knowledge gained and experiences lived will forever be part of your stories. As your Alumni Association, we will provide you with a network of support, knowledge, and opportunities that will continue to shape your journey as you shape the journey for current and future Lions. Engage and network with your fellow alumni and continue to support our university with your blue and gold pride. As you leave this ceremony, carry with you the pride of your achievements and the wisdom of your experiences. The world eagerly awaits the mark you'll make as a Lion, and I eagerly await visiting with each of you at future alumni events. Congratulations, class of 2024 Lion graduates. You are destined for greatness, and as always, go Lions.
Thank you, Ms. Lowe. The earning of an advanced degree is a significant achievement in the life of an individual. And we are pleased today to confer graduate degrees upon 109 candidates in this ceremony, 22 doctoral and 87 masters. And throughout this weekend, a total of 541 degrees over 4 ceremonies. I would like to also acknowledge Dr. Stephen Starnes, Associate Professor of Chemistry and member of our Faculty Senate. He bared the mace today in our procession and has been a very important part of this celebration today. Thank you, Dr. Starnes. Now, Dr. Ricky Dobbs, Senior Vice Provost, will introduce our speaker.
It's my pleasure to introduce our speaker for this ceremony, Dr. Patricia Krebs. Dr. Patricia Krebs is born in Gilmer and graduated first in her class at East Texas State University in 1973. She then went on to earn her MA from Tulane in 1976 and continued her education there, earning the PhD on a Fulbright Hayes Fellowship in Spain. She graduated magna cum laude from Tulane Law School in 1983, where she was a member of the Order of the Coif. At Tulane, she served on the board of editors for the Tulane Maritime Lawyer. Patricia pursued a 35-year legal career in private practice, becoming a partner at King, Krebs & Juergens, specializing in commercial and maritime litigation. She then served as the general counsel for the Celtic Group, a corporation comprised of maritime and logistics, international shipping, commercial real estate, and film studios. Patricia has held several prestigious positions within the legal community, including past president of the Louisiana Bar Foundation, where she served as secretary, treasurer, and vice president as well. She is a past president of the New Orleans Bar Association and was honored with the New Orleans Bar Association's Distinguished Maritime Lawyer Award in 2009, the award's first female recipient. Additionally, she is the first woman to chair the planning committee of the Admiralty Law Institute, serving on its National Advisory Board, and is a past president of the Fulbright Association's National Board and its Louisiana chapter. Her accolades include New Orleans Federal Bar Association President's Award, Texas A&M University Commerce Distinguished Alumni Award, Louisiana Super Lawyers, Best Lawyers in America for Admiralty and Maritime Law, and New Orleans City Business Leadership in Law. While no longer engaged in the active practice of law, she remains active within her community. She has served as president of the Covenant House of New Orleans, Lighthouse for the Blind, and the World Affairs Council of New Orleans. Patricia enjoys traveling, is an avid reader and historian, and gives back to her community through service and mentorship. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Patricia Krebs to the podium.
Thank you for that kind introduction and a hearty welcome to the people that we are here to celebrate. I am so pleased to come see the graduates today. You see me moving these papers because I don't write a speech. I came to talk to you. And after my graduation here in 1973, I really wanted to come back. I owe a lot to this university, which was then East Texas State University, now of course Texas A&M at Commerce. But you all are ahead of me. When I left here, I just got my undergrad here. And I remember that this was the first university campus I set foot on. I was in awe of the size of it, the very idea of it. I didn't know it opened up a whole new world. So you all have gone far already, and I'm here to congratulate you, not on being given your diplomas, but on accepting this award that you have worked so hard for. Whether it's a master's or a doctorate, we all have different circumstances in life, and whatever yours are, you've worked hard. Choosing your course of study, completing the courses necessary to achieve the degree, focusing so much on your education, and you may have been working at the same time. We all have families, whether they're children, parents, extended relatives, and you sacrifice time with them. But doesn't it feel so good now to be here today? Because the only reason we're all here, and those people behind you are all here, is to celebrate your achievements. So with that, I came here because of you, but I want to, I don't offer any advice because I don't know that any advice I have would fit your personalities, what you want to do, anything. But I think that we all share enough in common, whatever our ages, our stages. I can add, hopefully, my perspective to yours in that I'm nearly 74, so I've gone through a lot of different phases. So, you have learned so much here, and what I didn't realize when I was an undergrad, maybe even in graduate school until I finished, and maybe you all realize this already, but the most important thing that you get from the university, any university I think, but I know from this one, is that you are taught and then you absorb this learning of being able to think in a logical way, a rational way, to get a path to learn, whether it's, if you're in science and you're doing lab experiments or tests. You know, you go one way and it may not be the correct way and you may go that way, but you learn to adapt and you're just thinking critically all the time. And so I think, in my opinion, what this university has given, what you've received and absorbed from it, is that ability, which you're going to be able to use in your careers, which I hope are long, successful. You've chosen what you want to do, and that you really enjoy what you want to do. That enjoyment is important. So I have been asked to share just a bit about my background. I'm going to try to keep it in a nutshell and only what may be pertinent to those of you out there, and some I think will be pertinent to all of us. So I dropped out of high school when I was 16 after my junior year. I finished by correspondence. I was married and had a child at 16. I had my second one at 19. That wasn't a hardship. It certainly was a change in course, but it was a very important and is a very important part of my life. And I see a lot of kids sitting out there, and whatever relationship you have, they're here to celebrate you. So that is something that I think we all have in common. If you have come from a rural community I came from a place where, in Gilmer, back in that time at least, not so many people went to college. My grandfather, that was a mentor to me without knowing the word, I'm not sure I knew the word then, but had a 6th grade education. He was a sharecropper. He was very important to me. And then here, what is even more pertinent to y'all is a professor I want to tell you about. But my point is that we didn't get here by ourselves. We worked very hard for degrees. Everybody up here on the stage did. But someone was helping us all along the way. And my parents helped me with, and my husband with my children for so long. When I came here, Dr. Robin Rudolph came over and helped me get into a class that I desperately, in my mind, had to have because I was driving every day from Gilmer and I wanted to be with my family and I needed to be here and there. Well, how was I going to do that? So I thought I could do it in 3 days a week. The university at that time, whoever was handing out the cards, it wasn't perhaps the ideal thing, but it was necessary for me. And Dr. Rudolph had never seen me before, but I must have looked very distressed. I'm quite sure I did. And he came over and said, "What's wrong?" I was arguing with the man, not in a bad way, but I just wouldn't leave. And Dr. Rudolph, once I told him why, he gave me the card I needed for the class that would allow me to have 2 weekdays at home with my family, come up here at 3. He became my honors advisor, my mentor. He and his wife Judy became friends. They occasionally would have me over for lunches, and they gave me a little party when I graduated, and they were just amazing to me. So when I graduated, again, 73, I don't know what options that you had in mind after high school or what you thought was doable. Frankly, as a married female mother, all I could think of was teaching. And teaching is a wonderful profession. But in my mind, that was the only thing I could do and balance everything. Dr. Rudolph said, if you thought of graduate school, and I did mention this to the group earlier, and it probably shocked some, but I didn't know what graduate school was. I graduated, and I was graduated, and so I'd heard the name from the movie The Graduate came out that year, and so he explained it to me, and then he helped me get a scholarship to Tulane University. So that man that came over just out of the kindness of his heart, for goodness knows what reason, changed the trajectory of my life. And then there have been people all along. So one thing that I wanted to ask you is, suggest to you, if I may, and I have these all out of order, but it doesn't matter. I don't need them because I know what I want to ask you, is to share with people, to give back. You've all had help, we've all had help, so whether you want to call it paying back, giving back, paying it forward, and those connote, in my mind at least, you're doing something because you've been given something. Well, that's a good reason to give. But there are other reasons. One is just we're all in this together. And everybody has needs. So whether it's, it was a bit frightening because when I go back for a second, I went to Tulane because people didn't really think that was a great idea, except for my grandfather, who said, "Patty girl, if you want to go there, if that's what you want to do, I'm all for it. I'm 100% behind you." And he hugged me, and I felt that was a really, really good feeling. And I remember that after half a century, how much that mattered to me. But I never realized until I know I didn't write this out well, but I thought about it for the last few weeks, I would like to say to you is that gave me a feeling of safety. I never realized what it was, that unconditional feeling of safety. So give that if you pass somebody and it doesn't hurt to just do that for someone. But what you also can do, and I hope you do in your professions, is share your knowledge. Certainly if you go into teaching, you're going to impart that knowledge to your students, and you're going to use your knowledge to make gains in the scientific field or whatever you do. But in addition to that, you can help people by sharing with them sort of a roadmap, if you will, because you've learned how to think critically and analyze rationally. I've been very pleased with my life. I love my kids are my life. And it's basically, I didn't really think about a whole lot until I got to be older. But there was a lot of grounding all along and a lot of people making such a difference. So you all, I'm just saying this and you do with it what you will, but you can help people by your ability to make decisions and map out. So I know you've chosen what you want, and it may be the thing you want for your whole life, your career. But if you decide you want something different, the next thing I wanted to say to you is that it's your life, and there are a lot of phases to it, and I hope you have a lot of different segments, phases along your journey. And as you go, if for any reason, it doesn't need to be that you're dissatisfied with what you've done. Just if you want to change, you have the ability to change, and you can sit down and make a different decision and do a different thing. Because honestly, I do know there's a wide disparity among the ages here. I asked just because I wanted to know who I was talking to, because it makes a difference. So from the early 20s to almost 70, you may have changes. So there are a couple of poems that I used to keep on, I thumbtacked them to a wall in my office, and they weren't for show, they were just for me to see because they helped me. One was William Ernest Henley's Invictus poem from 1875. He had a leg amputated, he was in the hospital and knew he was probably going to die from the amputation. And so he wrote this poem. It's a very dark poem. I'll just say the last two lines of it because those are the ones that resonated with me for whatever reason, is that I'm the master of my fate, I'm the captain of my soul. It doesn't mean that you're in charge, that you can control everything. Certainly we can't. There are many things we can't control at all. But we have an obligation to live our best lives, is what it means to me. Everybody's interpretation may be different, but just think about it. Basically what he's saying is something that I used to read to my kids in Dr. Seuss's books, which is the poem, which is, you have brains in your head, you have shoes on your feet, you can choose any direction, you can go, any direction you choose. And so it's a more lighthearted way of saying the same thing. I think the concept is the same. So I hope that you have lives that are always happy, but we always know there's some hard times. And rather than just be immobile or just stay where we are if we want to change, you have the power to sit and think and decide and make a good decision. I hope some of these things that I've shared resonate with you, because that's the whole point. We're here to congratulate you on your achievements. I've said something that might be a benefit to you. What I do want you to know is that we all, congratulate you, and my best wishes are with you for a good journey, a happy journey, joyful one. Live it well, live your best life. That's the important thing I forgot to say. You know, make your decision of how is best for you to live. You're the one who knows that, not anyone else. Certainly not me. Otherwise, I'd give you advice if I knew it, but I don't. So congratulations, celebrate today. You're about to enter a whole new phase, your professional life, and kudos to you. Congratulations. Thank you.
I'd like to express our appreciation to Dr. Krebs for sharing her thoughtful remarks with us today. Her comments have helped make this occasion even more meaningful to our graduates and others attending the ceremony. It is a pleasure having her back on campus, and it is easy to see why we are proud to call her our distinguished alumna. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Krebs. This graduating class includes some students who merit special recognition. A&M Commerce is committed to serving our military and veteran students, and we are fortunate to have a special group of students in this graduating class whom we would like to commend for their service to our country. Would our military and veteran graduating students please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Please note that these graduates are wearing red, white, and blue cords designating their service to our country. And we ask that any active military and veterans in the audience, as well as faculty and staff, stand so that we may show our appreciation for your service. Thank you for serving our country so nobly and so well. We're honored that so many family, friends, and special guests can be with us today to help us celebrate our pride in our graduates. Many of you I know will want permanent record of this event, but for safety reasons and as a courtesy to those around you, we request that you refrain from leaving your seats to take pictures during the actual ceremony. A professional photographer is on hand here at the front and will photograph the conferring of each graduate's degree. At this time, Dr. Jennifer Dyer, Associate Dean of the Graduate School, will present candidates for the doctoral degrees.
The doctoral degree is the highest and most advanced university award that can be earned in a particular field. It is granted in recognition of the completion of academic preparation for research, creative scholarship, or professional practice. The candidates for the doctoral degree will be hooded. Will the candidates for the doctoral degree please rise? Vice President Bonds, these candidates for doctoral degree have met all of the requirements for graduation in their particular disciplines. Therefore, on behalf of the graduate faculty at Texas A&M University Commerce, it is with great pleasure that I proudly recommend that their degrees be conferred.
By the authority vested in me by the state of Texas, the Board of Regents, the Chancellor of the Texas A&M University System, and President Mark Rudin, I hereby confer upon you the particular degree to which you are entitled, with all of the honors, rights, privileges, responsibilities, and obligations pertaining thereunto. Congratulations.
Will the candidates for the doctoral degree please proceed to the stage to receive your diploma from Vice President Bonds?
Brenda Carter, EDD, Higher Education, will be hooded by Dr. Anjum Najmi. Victor Freeze, EDD, Higher Education, will be hooded by Dr. Anjum Najmi. Raul Hinojosa Jr., EDD, Higher Education, will also be hooded by Dr. Anjum Najmi. Justin Cox, EDD, Educational Administration, will be hooded by Dr. Dana Beatty. Tiffany Kennedy, EDD, Supervision, Curriculum and Instruction, will be hooded by Dr. Joyce Miller. Lynn Smith, EDD, Educational Administration, will be hooded by Dr. Julia Ballinger. Elizabeth Caulfield, PhD, Counselor Education and Supervision, will be hooded by Dr. Lavelle Hendricks. Joshua Freeman, PhD, Counselor Education and Supervision, will also be hooded by Dr. Lavelle Hendricks. Carla Moffitt, PhD, Counselor Education and Supervision, will be hooded by Dr. Lavelle Hendricks. Shannon Mosley, PhD, Counselor Education and Supervision, will be hooded by Dr. Lavelle Hendricks. Valerie Reyna, PhD, Counselor Education and Supervision, hooded by Dr. Lavelle Hendricks. Brittany Williams, PhD, Counselor Education and Supervision, hooded by Dr. Lavelle Hendricks. Tana Haven, PhD, Counselor Education and Supervision. One more hooded by Dr. Lavelle Hendricks. Sherilyn Chitwood, EDD, Educational Administration, will be hooded by Dr. Melissa Arambidi. Angela Kaylin McAllister, EDD, Educational Administration, will be hooded by Dr. Melissa Arambidi. Christy Gonzalez, EDD, Educational Administration, will be hooded by Dr. Peter Williams. Susan Kim, EDD, Educational Administration, will be hooded by Dr. Peter Williams. Shayla McGrew, EDD, Educational Administration, also be hooded by Dr. Peter Williams. Robin Gabrielle McCormick, EDD, Higher Education, will be hooded by Dr. Ray Green. Rocio Almanza, EDD, Supervision, Curriculum, and Instruction, will be hooded by Dr. Sherry Colby. Marie Hernandez, EDD, Educational Administration, will be hooded by Dr. Teresa Farler.
Please join me in extending congratulations to all of our doctoral graduates. Dr. Dyer will now present candidates for the master's degrees.
The specialist and master's degrees are respected academic distinctions. They are awarded in recognition of the successful completion of substantive post-baccalaureate study in a chosen field in preparation for scholarly and professional activities. Will the candidates for master's and specialist degrees please rise? Vice President Bonds, these candidates for the master's and specialist degrees have met all the requirements for graduation in their particular disciplines. Therefore, on behalf of the graduate faculty at Texas A&M University Commerce, it is with great pleasure that I proudly recommend that their degrees be conferred.
By the authority vested in me by the state of Texas, the Board of Regents, the Chancellor of the Texas A&M University System, and President Mark Rudin, I hereby confer upon you the particular degree to which you are entitled, with all of the honors, rights, privileges, responsibilities, and obligations pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Will the candidates for master's degrees please proceed to the stage to receive your diplomas?
Yakia Yacintawa Akinsepe. Francesca Aquilino. Brooke Ann Arnold. Ernesto Balderrama. Lonnie D. Bolden II. Carrington Allen Brown. Jada Mahogany Carter. Jeremy Heath Connor. Taloria Marie Cooper. Raquisha Denise Cox. Avery D. Crowder Lott. Daria Danae Davis. Cynthia Del Toro. Carrie J. Dudley. Tijeri Umwakpeje. Martha Alicia Estrada. Sandrina K. Fessenbeck. Laura Lee Garcia. Bridget N. Glass. Kyla M. D. Glenn. Montriana Denise Green. Kina A. Gray. Maria T. Guevara Sequeda. Ashley D. Gwines. Jacob D. Harris. Latoya Terrell Hawkins. Emily Hernandez Bueno. Janice Naomi Hines. Jemiah Marcel Hobbs. Aliyah Dejani Holmes. Leslyn C. Howard. Melissa Hunter. Erin Simone James. Kennedy Job. Nabria A. Johnson. Tiadra Monet Johnson. Sue Jung. Joanne C. Koo. Billy J. Larson. Tayon LaShawn Lewis. Georgina K. Macias. Catherine Grace McKenzie. Leslie Malcolm. Bailey Nicole Malone. Taylor Denise Manley. Amanda Rachel Metz. Alexis Mariah Miles. Isabella A. Ortiz. Michaela Owusu Treco. Leve Panuaga Cruz. Landry K. Proffer. Brittany Gale Rainey. Austin J. Rife. Carlene S. Robinson. Danielle Nicole Rodriguez. Hector Rodriguez. Margarita Ryerkirk. Jose Agustin Segovia. Patricia Elizabeth Segovia. Taylor Sykes. Taylor Ann Slagle. Lydia L. Smith. Laureen J. Spurlock Reese. Shaylee Marissa Stevens. Janisha A. Strotter. Tammy Matthews Trail. Heidi Nicole Varon. Adaria S. Wade. Amaris Danielle Walker Gongora. Julius Washington. Christy Werfelman. Rose LaShawn Wiley. Holly A. Williams. Betsy Nan Williamson. Jania Maria Woods.
Please join me in extending congratulations to all of today's graduates. I'll invite Dr. Ricky Dobbs to the podium.
Graduates, today is about you. But I would like to take a moment to reflect on your academic journey that brought us to this point today. Faculty, will you please stand? The heart of any university is its faculty, professors, instructors, mentors, in some cases lifelong supporters. These individuals standing before us have dedicated their own lives to transforming the lives of others. From early morning classes to late afternoon and even evening office hours, from many hours of grading, engaging in research and scholarly activity, to attending professional conferences and student-oriented events, they have not only been supportive, but challenging when needed and often inspiring. Students, these individuals have pushed you to think critically and worked on your behalf for your future, preparing you to follow your dreams, imparting knowledge, offering learning opportunities to prepare you for the next steps of your career, and setting the foundation for lifelong learning. Graduates, family, and friends, please join me in expressing appreciation for the outstanding faculty. In addition, I would like to ask members of our staff, including members of the platform party, to please stand. These folks who come to work every day to show support to our students, and our faculty are essential for your journey here today. Their influence often extends beyond the classroom, and they are valued members of the Lion community. Please join me in expressing appreciation for the outstanding staff at A&M Commerce. Vice President Bonds.
At this time, I ask that you please stand and join Dr. Randy Hooper as he leads us in the singing of the Alma Mater. The words are printed on the back of the program and also inside of the graduate's diploma covers. At the conclusion of the Alma Mater, we ask that you remain standing until the recessional has left the floor. We ask the graduates and faculty to continue into the processional march until you reach the doors. Thank you for joining us here today. Dr. Hooper.
So please join me in singing our alma mater. Let our voices loudly ringing echo far and near, songs of praise thy children singing to thy memory dear. Alma mater, alma mater, loud her praises be. Hail to thee, our alma mater, hail, oh hail to thee.